Okay. So great to see you again after the winter break. As the first day of the class, nothing really special, just like go through some backgrounds, and so we can figure out some way. So how can I like about some teaching schedules, everything like this. So we know we're taking this class is about the malware analysis. So more maybe when you study about the cybersecurity, so we learning lots of things, right? Some encryption and then some different like projects like phishing, those things. So we focus on more like looking deeper. So I think lucky of your like maybe some background execution program. So we I wish like we have more like practical things like really working on those things. Okay. And maybe try to set some environment. So here's the things maybe we can work like maybe the lab. So I wish more like the lab, and if you really like to doing it this way. And about the lecture part, like of course we do have some lectures, and I think we can like try to figure out some way. So this time, well, I know some of you enjoy like just like looking at the video. So also same style. I don't take any attendance. And so yeah, feel free if you because like that's what I believe, right? Same idea. So if you already know or I think you're okay, just look at the slide, you're able to learn it. So I don't like to force you just sitting right here and then spend your time, just go through the stuff. Okay. So syllabus is syllabus. Okay. So I have a gifts assignments, everything. So once you it's the same way. So if your assignment, just if you need some extra time, you think you're like busy on something, any reason, or you don't have to tell me, you don't have to explain like what's the reason, but like if you, I can give you like extra 3 more days for your like giving you more time, and just send me an email. Let me know. Okay. Okay. First of all, slightly more workload. If I like didn't reply your email, just like let me know. Okay. And it's about our class. And right here, so it's the same office, and I have different office hour, but of course it's the same. Just make the appointment, even though it's not in the class time, like maybe let's say like Monday or maybe Friday or something. If really you have really some question really need to ask me about your even Saturday, it's okay. So we can meet online soon. It's okay. Yeah. Of course, I will be here in the office, so you are welcome to stop by. Okay. And remind me, sometimes I know sometimes this email I receive a lot. So if I forgot to reply you, just let me know. Okay, or send me. Okay. Here's the same time. So we're meeting on Tuesday and Thursday about schedule and 10:35 to 11:50. So in this classroom. From the experience, because I need to ask your opinion. So maybe it will be the same. Maybe Tuesday I will keep it as a lab. So I will like give you some exercise, running some programs, set something, doing it this way. So do you like it? And before I'm doing like lecture on Thursday, most time like Thursday, go to a PowerPoint. I will doing something like maybe as a student, so record it so you can watch it, or I can convert as like completely making a video. So like for the lecture part, so I can make it as a video, so you don't have to say, okay, of course, you're welcome to come back. stay here. And if you say, okay, I'm not attending, but I want to watch it anytime, yes, you can feel free. So let me know. So today, just like I want to see like how do you think. But before they move on, I do like go through all those basic things. So we just need to know like all those like various developers, like some like software witness coming, like exposed it, and also we would like to let you know some, of course, some concepts and tools to go through, or some methods associated with those like reverse engineering. Okay, so we're going to do. So I wish try to provide more like practical things, try to work on it. So that's why I say I know sometimes lectures is boring, and I don't want to like let you just like spend some time to memorize the definition. Okay, sometimes yes, but if you really want to be a engineer or like working in this industry, then sometimes I say like remember on the slides keywords, they are not really helpful, but more like practical things. No, it's important to know how it works instead like just like memorize all those things. Okay, so more like practice. Just go through some basic things like those like vulnerability of the system. So we always need to know what's the risk. Okay, why? And then how can we try to prevent it? So these are process. Okay. And we need to know. So some basic things. We do have a books like written. So even though it's say required, I'm not really ask you, you have to buy it. But if you really want to have a holding a test book and look at it, like always recommend, I encourage you to do that if you want to look at the test book. You know, we need to do that. So I say you don't have to really purchase it, but if you want, yes, okay. And because I know lots of things you can find online, so it's more flexible. And that assessment, we do have assignment and project. Project will be those like program stuff, like writing, and then we have the exam. So pretty similar format. So I know all this. I don't like to fail the student. Like if you really do something, then you're showing your effort, you try to take attendance, then it's okay. Okay. And for something like as what I mentioned, you can just let me know if you want need or extra base. About some, maybe I will try to like change a little bit. Sometimes I will give you some like in class as some bonus, so help you a little bit. Okay, so just like when I have some different type of exercise or assignment, just try to do it. Okay, and maybe I will change the weight, and maybe for the project, maybe I lower it and then give you some. So at least you compete, do everything. So it may change a little bit, but at least like if you compete everything, I wish none of you will be failed. Okay, and so far that's it for this course. And I would like to know like how to think, or like what you're expecting, or how can we make this class more flexible. Yeah, I heard the voice. At least one thing is about, am I recording online? Okay, recording it and upload it to D2L and YouTube. Yes, I will do that. And more flexible, or like any idea or any expectation? No, no. Or more like in practical, like maybe programming part, you want to more working on more like practical. Of course, we do have some ethical stuff, like talking about security things. Not emphasize because I know there's a limitation that in the school we have regulations things. Just be careful because I share this experience, but for cybersecurity, I do ask you to test some program and to execute, and then just wasting maybe just more like discussion. Okay. But for this one analysis, that means we try to really execute some programs or like try to do something. Okay. I know in the school system, so there are lots of like security concern and limitation. Okay. I'm still looking for some way because we do try to set up the server. So we still have lots of meetings, and even in last, I think in last semester I talked about that, but even in the winter break, we do have the meetings, maybe not yet. So even right now, we are not able to set up. So we actually, I will try to figure out find my way, like let you to try to do it. And if no, maybe some of you may be just like working locally or like, but I don't think the school system right now still allow me to do that. If we need to execute, because lots of right now, lots of like I'm teaching, those there will be have some defenders, like the security or like some antivirus software. They will check it, or like they're not really working, but at least you need to. I try to teach some theory or like how it actually works. So I try to make it work. Yeah, because they're really sensitive. Even if I want to share the source code to you, I cannot keep it as a exe or like JS or any executable file type, because all those they will block it. Okay, so maybe I only can allow to share as a txt file or text file. Okay, so I try to make it work, but I know like for this one, maybe try to create any like sandbox or anything like you to test it in the environment, or in case really mess it up, we can easily to like rebuild it and then you can test it. Okay, so that's my. I wish I can to make it. It's really hard to go through. Like if I need to ask the school or like let me to do that, to be honest, it's really have a difficulty. So, let's see. Maybe some of you maybe know how to set up the VM, the virtual machine, or like maybe we are not using. Then we can do it in this way to execute and try to test the file. Yeah, even though you for what we are going to do, we are not trying to crash your computer, but we can able to like test the files. Okay, so that's why I expect that we can do it. So more like practical things. I wish. I know maybe not all of you know the programming because for cybersecurity. So I say that you execute just with but this time maybe you need to try to maybe write some programs yourself. So I wish I can spend more time on programming stuff a little bit more. Yeah, and do you like that? I'm checking. Or do you want to do it in this way, more like practical? Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I tried. Yeah. And that's why if I do in this way, maybe yeah, still I will go through the lecture, but maybe I will spend less time, or like maybe I will try to spend extra time make the video, like go through the lecture so you can watch it. Then I can spend more time helping you on the programming stuff, like more like practical things. Okay. That's what I want to do in this way. And of course, after sharing the backgrounds and how do you think about like about this subject or like about the topic? What's the malware? Where's the NSS sharing? Okay, how do you think about it? So why, of course, like, why do you need to learn it?
I think that by learning this, it'll help us not only prepare for regular jobs we come in, but also help us in regular life. We can checking your personal email or something like that. It'll give you concepts and security and advantages of knowing, hey, oh, I shouldn't click on that. That's very suspicious. It'll help protect you and also look forward to then get you a good job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for the job. And one is about the awareness, like I always emphasize, because they even I show like different type, maybe for the SQL injection, those things, or like the server attack. So those they are working still trying to do it, and even different company like service provider they are trying to block those attacks. Okay, so they do have a team working on it. Always that we have called the security update, of course, and we always have a backdoor. Like when you even right now, no matter which system you're using, Windows, iPhone, iOS, Android, you'll receive some they will even the application itself is we are trying to fix the bugs, or like they maybe some backdoor. Okay, always happen. So at least right here, one thing is ethically like, okay, we try not to attack, but how to do the prevention. Okay, and as a subject, we're not trying to writing some, I wish I can let you to do that. It's like practice, like if we have the VM. So if you try to like inject a program and then try to debug a file, fetch your VM maybe. So you know like what's the problem and then try to prevent it. So more really like working on this part. Yeah, more knowledge, not only knowledge, but yeah, of course, prevention and also try to implement like how to easily find a job. If you want to find a job like in the industry, then of course a level course. And I wish I can able to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I know because the limitation and maybe not everyone like to do that. But if you say, okay, I'm not really good at programming, okay, and maybe some difficulty, please let me know, I can help, or I can change a little bit. So maybe let's say the project, okay, if you say, oh, I not really able to implement or test those things, or like, well, I know for everyone's, if I wish we have the, I able to set up something, but I don't think so. We are going to make it. So if you need to do it, because like I know everyone you're working on your own laptop or own computer, lots of issue. Okay, maybe until
Look at me.
I know. So maybe we spend like 80% of our time really fixing your computer setting up, and then you're not able to do it. So I understood, and if really something happen like this, I want to provide some alternative. Okay, maybe executing or like writing, maybe change the paper. Because okay, maybe writing an essay or something. At least you are not submitting nothing. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, for the school grading, yes, I want to help you to do something, and then and in the flip side, I want to really let you to learn something. Okay, so I'm always like open or like any suggestion, like if you want to like share something funny, if you find something interesting, okay. Looking for something with open resources, or but if you think of something they are free resources good for education, I think it's really good for testing, and feel free to let me know. So I want to share everyone can try it, and I wish can do it like at least like 1 or 2 weeks, or like to let you to work on those like program stuff. Okay. And this is my idea. Okay. So we can try to work on it. And Bill, I'm trying not to stop cover a little bit, but no one to just like have a background about this course. And most of the comments, you know, in this market, all the different company or like we have different type of antivirus software. So of them. So maybe you are working, like find a job. Okay, maybe you know the Murphy or like some others antivirus software. So we need to do. Well, I think I did talk about that, but it's not really the core of it. So you know how those antivirus software work, mechanism. Do you know how it works? Or guess?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
guessing it does periodic scans of your computer to see if it detects any kind of malware. I know mine, whenever I download a file or anything, it scans that file to see if it scans any sort of issue. I'm assuming it has some sort of set standards for an anomalous
So,
aspect of it.
okay, yeah, standard. So how? Or like based on your, it's a quick time. Okay, about your when you learn cybersecurity, we know some encryption method, right? So we do have some prevention, like something files. Then what are those standards? Because you talk about standards, like when we scan, then how we can do that?
I guess I'm guessing there are some expectations based on the file that you're downloaded or the point of origin of the file, that it be this file type or this within a certain range of size, certain characters detected that maybe not necessarily should be there, maybe raising a red flag. I think
Okay,
that's all the-
characters. Or anything else, or like back to as a program or like as a software application. Maybe do we have some special patterns able to detect? So is a potentially okay. Have you ever tried to download a file and then say it's a potentially danger, risk, security? So how can they know it, or like the system will pop?
Oh, lack of
Yeah.
certificate.
Yeah, you say it kind of like a threat, so you say it's a threat. So how can they know? Sometimes it can be a zip file, right? Maybe sometimes just maybe some documents. Of course, like in this case, not on definition, but sometimes think about it, like how it works, or like why now we didn't know anything, but like based on what you learned before, or like some fundamental, okay, from the cybersecurity. So what you know, then how can we? Or like if really, if you get, maybe you have a job offer and then there's new company and they say, okay, let's right now popular, so probably with AI. Okay, how can we use AI? Maybe for research purpose, yes, too. So in academic areas, so we use, how can we use AI to do that? One thing actually recently I tried to, okay, so you know about in cybersecurity, I talk about firewall, right? The last chapter I talk about firewall. So in the firewall, the basic thing I talk about is about the policy like outbound, inbound, right? Setting board. Okay. So do you know we were trying to set some like we have the term, but I say it's a fake firewall, or like leading you to the some destination, or we would do some like fake operation, misleading the attacker. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Not quite lucid yet.
Okay, so let's say I have a web server. Okay, I host the company. And then I have a web server. Maybe the port is maybe 443. Okay, if you remember the port. Okay, so to access it, if I want to make your server down, okay, crash it. Maybe I'm using the DDoS or some other like injection. Okay, so I know your maybe your website is www.abc.com. Okay, and I using the SSL. So you learn, okay, HTTPS. Okay, if I set up the firewall, is that if I want to access it, maybe I using the port. Maybe I give a fake return. Maybe I will say, maybe you can access 443. I will redirect to another port. Okay. So it was thinking this one is your server's destination, but actually that destination is just maybe some virtual destination, but or maybe it's not the real one. Okay, so maybe in behind I have a mapping. Okay, unless I have some whitelist, okay, IP address or like some request I can recognize, then I can allow them to access the real port or like real destination. For those like for attacker, I would tell them this is wrong. Okay. So let's say our real classroom is right here, 314, right? Okay, let's say like this. And then if I have somebody I know, then you will always know, okay, I go to 314 to access the data information. But if some attacker try to access it, I will tell you, okay, please go to 356 like this. Okay. And then maybe 56, we have some program. Maybe I will try to scan one more time to validate your identity. So if I think, okay, you are trustable, then I will redirect, okay, please go to 314. If no, I will keeping you instead. So it's the one of the method. So in behind them is you need to analyze. It's like what kind of attack or like what's the potential. So are they attacker or just they are really just a normal request? Okay. So we will give them. Okay. So just like doing this way, and then how can we apply maybe AI, machine learning? Okay. Can we recognize some pattern? Or like it's just a regular request or those requests in behind, or even the file types. Okay. So when I was just jumping back. Okay. So this one we call the patterns. Okay. So you know the bits, right? So when they scan, so they will try to match. So what's the standard? The standards like we try to recognize, okay, maybe for some certain attack. So if we talk kudo or the modify, we write the access right or the file permission. Then if they are trying to operate those action, okay, or like they want to inject some queries, then we will try to match those bit pattern. So if we can recognize, they will pop you the red flag. Okay, there are some potential risk. So operation try to modify your maybe system right, or they try to those files contain certain maybe suspicious patterns. So maybe potentially thing. So that's how it works. Okay. So that's like, I think all this will be the what you learn from cybersecurity. Okay. So of course, like how it works, or how can we write the program? Let's say right now, if I need to ask you to, can you write a program to recognize or try to detect certain bits from the file? Can you do that? Or how can you match it? Okay, how can something like match those bits or figure out? Okay. Maybe we have a standardized bit, maybe say for 1101. It's like potential to overwrite your system permission. Okay. So how can you figure out? Maybe this one is the operation, but maybe 1101 can be represented a character. It's possible, right? So you need to change the maybe the accuracy. Okay. So I need to do that. Is it an action or it's just representing a letter? Then that's how you need to. Of course, we have something called the operand, or that means opcode. So we tell, okay, for certain types of operations, some of their content. Okay, sometimes we are trying to override maybe the admin password account. Then how can you detect it? So this is what we're going to learn in this class, or like I want to try to do it. That is a program. So that's one part of it. I want to let you to experience again. And another things about ethics, like I'm not really repeating, but in a class, especially because you are learning. Okay. Also, at least you are way better than just most of the people learning, because you are able to write some program, or you can do it in some purpose, right? So ethically try not to attack, or especially school. Okay, try to do it, maybe some company. For some education purpose, it's really hard. Even if I want to get the resources to teach you, it's really hard, because they will get those really sensitive. Okay, for education, especially for this type of topic, they are not really, because they are worried about, are you really using for education, or really like doing something, the ransom something. So lots of limitation regulation, but I try to avoid like do it legally and safely, but let you to experience. But you will know, those they allow you to access or allow you to do it, they're really low level. Okay. So really for education level, they are not harmful at all. Okay. So we really it won't hurt your system. Okay. And let's try to do it. So try not encourage to create any share any memory. For your own purpose, I think I share this experience. I love to download lots of maybe we call that like more or credit software application. So I really I have to rebuild my OS system, like Windows. We install my system almost every week. Okay. If you want to try, yes, or let's say our VM to try. Well, I always love to do that. Like, of course, like practical is, then you know how it works, or like how crazy the people, like, or crazy, how smart are those people? Like, how can they pretend? How can hide those operations? Okay, even most simple. I don't know. Have you ever like let the people change the homepage of your browser? Have you ever? Never. Never. That's really safe. No. Let me show. Really? So you have no experience. No. So when you, let's say if you're using Google Chrome, okay, when you open your Chrome, it never go to, okay. Even I have a Chrome, maybe the homepage is nothing. Okay. But when your homepage being hacked, or like they modify, so they always redirect to some website. Okay. Even you say, okay, let me change the homepage by myself. No, once you close the Chrome, it go back to, like redirect back to that website. So, then that means you never try to It's pretty fun. So when you really headache because you realize okay most of the easy way maybe the go to setting, change the homepage, right? And then you realize that okay, so it's not working. So when even you change the setting, okay. For Mac OS, it's not the same, maybe for Windows. So when you have a shortcut, so this is what I learned. Okay. So for the shortcut, so most of the time they will extend. So if you right click, go to your property, you will see the exe. So they will add some slash extension. So that one is the most easy, simple way. They will change your shortcut link. So every time when you double click, like execute the Google Chrome, so they will always execute it as a homepage. Okay, so most of the easy ways they did it. But of course, they will maybe modify the registration file. So to know the registration file, because I know some of you may be using Windows system. So have you anybody tried to access to the registration? No? Okay. So if you try to I think press the window key with R execute and then search for the reg edit, which is edit. So
Don't miss the project.
okay, so you don't want to mess it, but that's how they modify your widget file. So that's why it's really fun. So it's really complicated. I don't want to mess your system or like okay, you let me crash my Windows, I will be. So I want to create a safe environment, and then how can you try those things like modify, execute, simulation, like controllable way, and then study. Okay, Windows is easier. For Mac it's really hard because Mac is have a like better code system, but for Windows lots of. We can try to do this. Maybe try to set up the VM, and then we can work on something like this. So let us see. Okay, try to fix it. Maybe your assignment is like, how can you figure out? Okay, go back to a normal homepage of the home. Okay, I wish I can give you to do that. Okay, so controllable and safe. Okay, all this like when I learned this, I'm not learned from the. So none of the professor like will teach you doing this way. They'll go through the like all the definition, PowerPoint, like ethical things. But you can learn from practice, or like how this the role or industry, or like even every day you're using the browser. Maybe nowadays they change to the cell phone. Okay, maybe the application inside advertisement, right? So sometimes they will pretend. So have you ever looked at the advertisement? They have like if you try to download, they have a big download logo icon over there, but they're downloading something else, right? Yeah. Or sometimes when you download, it goes like you download something different. Okay. So how can you like increase your awareness, like aware those, okay, maybe some potential danger. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And I wish I can give you more like lifetime, because also one more thing, I would like to give me more feedback so I can let my teaching like better based on my last semester experience, because like 5 courses really hard to like take care of it, and I wish I want to do more stuff, but like it turns out really I cannot do it. And because when I give you more flexibility, that means I have to take care of more stuff. And because even by the end of the semester, when you're working on the finals, that I still like working. Some people like asking me, they didn't turn, they have like assignment work anymore. They asking, can I do that? So I want to give you more like flexible, like more freedom to do it. And then yeah, let's see. Then how can we make the class like much more fun and more like practical things? Okay. And about the lecture, oh, girl is still here, so I don't know if there's one more thing that I talk, because I have 2 weeks, but not consecutive. I'm not able to come, so I will make it as a same. Maybe I will record. Because we are doing like Zoom, or like we save as a video so we can look at it. So I think the first few weeks we are still like focusing more on lecture like theory, history, something like definition more. But of course, I will give you some lab practical, so you can do it. Maybe how can we sell? Maybe so far in this moment, so I know maybe we can try to use the VM, or if you can, let's say a VM virtual machine or something, won't crash and then execute. Okay, so or like some really simple programs to execute won't affect your system. So one thing, or the system is not affecting the school. Okay, so being safe. Okay, and any ideas? So basically, that's what I'm going to talk for today. Yeah, I will create later. So I will give you some more like guidelines, a share system. This one may be outdated, but I will give you a new one, more instruction. So will be the first hour, maybe the first 1 or 2 weeks. So the lab will be working on the VM and then try to execute. Okay, of course, you say it's so easy. I know how to do it. I already, because I know some of you like maybe using it. So if you think it's easy, then you just do it by yourself. Okay. If you do have a difficulty, then I will try to help you. Any questions? Ideas? Suggestion?
Is there anything, anywhere in particular that we should, as far as using? I guess what source should we get our set up for the virtual machines?
Most of the time I use the VMware. Yeah, VMware. Yeah, I think it's the most common popular one we're using. So you can choose the image. Windows is more fun. Because I know for if you want to, of course, like for the well, I know some of you, using the VM will be you have the Windows system on it, but well, for the Windows, we have some license, right? So if you figure out your own way to make it valid for like within this semester, it's okay. So I'm not teaching you how to do that. If you know how to do it, or like helping each others to make it like work, or like if we need know maybe another system like maybe we were working on that Ubuntu. If you know I talk about Ubuntu, so open source we can execute something on Ubuntu. So also it's okay, yeah. But maybe in the beginning we'll stay on the Ubuntu first. If you're able to create the one using the Windows, then we can do something on Windows. Okay. But I'd like to get your feedback. You say, okay, we do have lots of. For something I cannot teach you in the class. Okay. If you know, then you can do it. Okay. If I will say something just like it's okay for teaching. Okay. And how can we set up those sharing? And here's a kind of background. Nothing else. And if no question, and that's it for today's class. Okay. Enjoy.